So good evening, everyone, and welcome on this call, Clarity Night Call, where we create clarity on certain topics of our life which are so uh, close to us, so much affecting us. They are phenomenal to our lives. And today's topic is generosity of spirit. So, what does the word generosity bring up in each of your words? So it's a question to all of you. What is generosity? When I say the word generosity, what is the first thing that comes up on your mind?
Being generous.
Yeah. So what does being generous mean to you?
More of giving, being more giving, giving, giving or sharing whatever you have or whatever you can.
Yes. Gifting?
Gifting, yes.
Yes, gifting. Okay. Rashi, what is like when we speak of generosity, uh, what does it mean to you to be generous? And has any one of you come across someone, some person, a family, a place, an environment which was so generous and it just blew away your world? You could, it doesn't mean that, yes, heart of giving, right? The joy of giving. Yes. And it doesn't have to be about huge amounts of money or expensive gifts. It's just like when that gifting happens from a space which changes someone's world, it opens up new possibility, it creates some kind of shift in their world. So can you all be present with one such energy at any point of time in your life where either you have experienced it or you created, you were that space for someone else? तो आप सभी उस एनर्जी को एटलीस्ट वंस इन योर लाइफ आप एक्नॉलेज कर पा रहे हैं क्या? Is there someone who has never experienced that joy of where you were being gifted or you were gifting someone without any expectation? So giving and taking is something, a transactional reality that is usually practiced in this world, where you give something to someone and you expect something in return. Even if it is a gift when you go to a party or when you are gifting them on their birthdays, मैंने इतने का गिफ्ट दिया, अब मेरा बर्थडे आएगा तो सामने वाले ने इतना देना चाहिए. And there is another space where you are gifting to someone who is unknown to you, totally unknown. A waiter, someone who did a great job. कोई शू पॉलिश करने वाला है, उसने अच्छे से किया, और इस you were so happy and you gladly gifted them, you tipped them above the expected that energy exchange that was asked for, and it changed their world.
Tasneem, does it always have to be something materialistic? It can be in the form of words also.
Yes, appreciation. When you just acknowledge someone for the job that they did. हमारे घर में हम लोग भी कितने there are एक thought process ऐसी होती है कि हमारे जो mates हैं, हमारे जो employees हैं जो हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, अगर उनको टाइट नहीं रखा, उनको टोकते नहीं रहे, उनकी गलतियां नहीं निकालते रहे, तो वो बिगड़ जाएंगे. They will they will not do their work properly. And another, like, what, when, if you are being in the generosity of spirit, you could acknowledge, you would be totally grateful for the work they do. You would acknowledge them, appreciate them for for like for a good job that they did. And it would, like, how much it changes their world. It never has to be it compulsorily a materialistic gift that you are giving them. It could even be a smile ना. आप जा रहे हैं, आप सुबह सुबह जा रहे हैं, आप वॉक पे हैं, कोई सामने से आ रहा है, you gave them a broad smile and it may open up their world. उनके यूनिवर्स में सैडनेस हो सकती है, उनके यूनिवर्स में बहुत अकेलापन, लोनलीनेस हो सकती है, और जब आपने उनको सिर्फ एक एक्नॉलेज किया with a smile, with a good morning message, and it could bring open up that there is someone to talk to. Yeah, so generosity of spirit is when you are gifting without any expectation of anything in return. So like, it's not a give and take, it's not a transactional reality, it's not with any expectation. And Gary says that if you are practicing generosity of spirit with people around you, if you are totally being in gratitude most of the time during your day, like, money will follow you. It's one of the key components of having true wealth and abundance in your life. Unless you are being in that generosity of spirit. I'm not saying generous. Generous in this reality again means that आप दानी बन गए, आप है ना, मतलब ना कि you are, like, you are giving people with an open heart. It's not about just money. It's not being that, वो वाला generous की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं हम, इसीलिए हम बोल रहे हैं generosity of spirit. Yeah, so like Gary and Dane, they give, like, every Christmas they give $500 to a lady who lost her husband in an accident on the Christmas Eve. Now they have never met this lady. She lives in Mexico. These people live in North America. They have never met her. They just, like, they got to know about this lady through her brother or someone else. This lady has 2 kids. Now her earnings are such that she's able to make around, like, $600 per month. Now $500 on a particular day means a lot to her. So now the condition that they have put on this lady is that she has to spend at least $250, half of the money that they gift her, on her kids, the two kids that she has, for the celebration on the Christmas Eve, ताकि वो एक अच्छे से वो त्योहार मनाए और उन बच्चों को कभी भी ये ना लगे कि उनके पास क्रिसमस मनाने के लिए, क्योंकि उनके फादर नहीं रहे, तो उनके पास सफिशिएंट मनी नहीं है. तो उनकी कंडीशन ये है कि आप $250 जो हम देंगे, 500 में से हाफ ऑफ द मनी, $250 आप उसी दिन अपने बच्चों के लिए गिफ्ट लो, अच्छा खाओ पियो, केक्स लाओ, जो भी करना है आप पार्टी करो उस दिन, आप सेलिब्रेट करो उस डे को, और बाकी के $250 आपको जो भी और करना है आप उसके लिए वो रखे वो लेडी. So what would, like, they make sure that those kids know that what is the joy of having money, what is the joy of celebration on Christmas. That is the generosity of spirit that they have. Then Gary and Dane, they make sure that whenever they go to a place where, like, say कहीं पे वो रेस्टोरेंट में गए, खाना खाने गए, या फिर वो कहीं पे रुक रहे हैं जहाँ पे के दूसरे लोग हैं, वहां पे टिप करना कभी भी जरूरी नहीं है, या कहीं पे वो शू पॉलिश करा रहे हैं या कुछ भी ऐसा काम कर रहे हैं, they make sure that they talk to those people, they they know what their world is about. So they acknowledge them as the person that they are. नॉट जस्ट के एक कोई मैकेनिकल के एक वेटर है यहाँ पे काम कर रहा है जिसका के कोई अपनी पर्सनल आइडेंटिटी नहीं है. एंड इफ दे फाइंड दैट दे हैव रियली डन अ गुड जॉब एंड देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल हु आर लाइक दे जस्ट लाइक दे आर वो अपने बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं या खुद वो नाइट स्कूल्स में पढ़ रहे हैं तो वो कर रहे हैं इस जॉब की अर्निंग उनके लिए कितना मायने रखती है. दे मेक श्योर दैट दे गिव good amount of money to them. They tip them well, like Dane doesn't mind, like he has on numerous occasions he gives away $100 to people who have polished their shoes, जबकि वो लोग सिर्फ $5 ही एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं और वो उनके हाथ में $100 रख देता है so that they will be able to study well, they'll be able to like provide for their family. Yeah? So that is true generosity of spirit. And then the purpose of money in this reality is not just to have lot many possessions for yourself, but the purpose of what if the purpose of money is to change this world, is to change people's realities. It's not just to have too many things for yourself and not to have to like accumulate money, but to create something which would change people's realities. It would change this world. So everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be and receive the energy of of generosity of spirit, experience, like you can ask universe, show me what does generosity of spirit look like, and what will it take for me to be that energy in other people's world, in their space. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate at all times of God's ceiling. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys, bovads, and beyonds. Now, another way in which, like, I recently, like, there was a post on Access Consciousness page on Facebook, and I reshared it on my group about tool of the week, generosity of spirit. What if you could be that energy of gifting? And someone asked me, how can you be that generosity of spirit? So what if you could be at least practice one act of generosity of spirit for anyone who shows up in your universe during the day, and just see what shifts and changes in your world. Now, people have, like, numerous times they have found that when they are being generous, universe gives it back to them in like unexpected ways. आपने बिना एक्सपेक्टेशन के कुछ काम किया, किसी के लिए कुछ पॉसिबिलिटी ओपन अप की, और आपको यूनिवर्स आपके लिए कहीं से भी पैसा भेजेगा, प्यार भेजेगा, खाना भेजेगा. Like, so I have seen that many a times, like it was like a last month, as I said, I was traveling a lot. I was on the flights and like traveling a lot, like going to places on people at someone's like meeting new people, making new friends, and all that journey I was doing. And I was suddenly experiencing, मैं फ्लाइट में बैठी, मैंने कोई मील नहीं बुक किया था वहां पे, और मुझे वो दोनों ऑनवर्ड और रिटर्न फ्लाइट दोनों में वो वहां पे मुझे एयर होस्टेस बोलती है, योर मील हैज बीन बुक्ड. आई डोंट नो हु हैड बुक्ड माय मील. They came up, I just even did, can you please check, this is my seat number, this is my boarding pass, are you sure that it's for me? And they said that yes, it's for you, Tasneem Banglowala, are you Tasneem Banglowala? Yes. So I was gifted that good meal on the flights. I was like, people were just inviting me to their people. Like I went to one city, and like I was like, for three families were inviting me for the lunch on the same day. And I was that, wow, universe, like what are you showing me, that what abundance looks like? So many people love me that they would like to have me for lunch today. फिर मुझे बोलना पड़ा, नहीं मैं आपके यहाँ कल आज डिनर पे आ रही हूँ, मैं आपके यहाँ कल ब्रेकफास्ट पे आ रही हूँ, because I had only 2 days over there. And they were like at least I received all of that love, that generosity, that they were going to be with me. So like you receive in unexpected ways when you are being that generosity of spirit. People give you like then another thing happened. Someone called me out of the blue, and they told me that mera hai na, like I had done the foundation class, mera like idhar hai na complete ho raha hai 2 दिन बाद है ना इसमें, and I will not get the repeat price if I don't enroll for the foundation class today like in a day or two. Can you conduct a foundation class for me, and I'm sending you money right away? Or they deposited the money in my bank account. Did I know that person? Had I advertised my class yet? No, I had done none of that. So like when you ask, when you are being that generosity of spirit for people without any expectation, universe starts gifting to you. So are you willing to gift and receive simultaneously? Another way, another very like easy way, and also sometimes which we miss out, is that how much when you are being, you can be that generosity of spirit when you are truly happy for when other people are succeeding, when they are receiving things which you had always asked for. How many times it happens कि हम किसी तरह की लाइफ चाहते हैं, हम किसी तरह का के कुछ भी चाहते हैं हम, और किसी और के पास वो आ जाता है और मन में एक खटक जाता है, ये मैंने क्या, वो क्या मैं डिजर्व नहीं करती थी ऐसा, यूनिवर्स ने मुझे क्यों नहीं दिया, मेरे पास वो चीज क्यों नहीं आई, उसके पास क्यों आ गई. We become envious of people. So whenever you are being envious of that, और जब वो खटका मन में आता है, जब दूसरों की खुशी देख के, जब उनके पास में कुछ ज्यादा पैसा आ रहा है, ज्यादा क्लास पार्टिसिपेंट्स आ रहे हैं, ज्यादा लोग सेशंस के लिए आ रहे हैं, उनका जो भी है, उनकी लाइफ में कुछ ऐसा चल रहा है जहाँ पे कि जो कि आप भी चाहते हो कि अपनी लाइफ में भी हो. What if you could, like when you are happy for them, when you are just being, that is also generosity of spirit without getting an envious, and trusting that because you have asked for, it will show up in your world too, in its own time, in its own way. But when you are getting judgmental about people by through that envy, you are delaying your receiving of that energy. So when you are just being happy for them, and whenever अगर आप उस टाइम पे हो गए, हो भी गया, तो आप just you can just remind yourself, oh, am I being selfish? Interesting point of view. I have this point of view about them. What will it take for me to have more, develop more generosity of spirit for when people are having abundance in their life, they are getting more money, more participants, more people, more clients, more like the pampering, more love, anything. Yeah. So that is another perspective of being in that generosity of spirit. And everything that does not allow you to be and do that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times constantly. Also, when you are being in that generosity of spirit, you are always being grateful. So great gratitude is the antidote for judgments, for anything that stops your receiving. So gratitude takes you out of judgment. Anytime you go into judgment of anyone in your life, someone in your life with whom you are being envious, or you are just, you don't like, you can go, like, you find yourself going into their judgment. They might even be judgmental about you, and it's a very common thing in our universe that we react to judgments by judgments. So when, if people are being judgmental, you just sense that they are having judgment for you. Make it interesting point of view. They have this point of view about me. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to change all of this? So what? Question, choice, contribution, possibilities. That is where you create your life. These are the sources for creating a truly phenomenal life. Now, do you have to have money? Do you need to have money in order to have this generosity of spirit or gratitude? Not really. Yeah. So money can be a byproduct that you get, but you don't need to have money to be in generosity of spirit or in gratitude. Now, what other thing that we usually forget is to have that generosity of spirit with ourselves. How many times we judge ourselves and thrash ourselves? We get so critical about ourselves, finding our own faults. मेरी ही गलती थी, मैंने ये किया, फिर से कर दिया. I'm good for nothing. What if you could be that generosity, like spirit for yourself, and just pat your back. Pat your back when you've done a good job, when you acknowledge yourself. Yeah, even if you have been like envious and selfish at times, it's okay. You have acknowledged it. You are willing to change it. You don't have to beat yourself up for being and doing that. Yeah. So everything that does not allow you to be grateful for yourself and be in that generosity of spirit for yourself, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times reconciliate. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. So here are some clearings that you could run to help yourself develop greater generosity of spirit. So what would it take for you to be the generosity with money you truly be and haven't acknowledged? Everything that is, will you please now destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyond. So you could have practiced this generosity of spirit with money by tipping people, by giving them more than what they had expected, giving people good reviews. Yeah. So when people like you, a salesman did a good job for you when you went to that departmental store, and you can just ask their manager that if you can give them a review, that would improve their performance rating and help them get a promotion in their job. So you can ask on the counters that is there a review form that you can give, even if they haven't asked for it, and give them that review. When you have visited a restaurant and they really did a good job, you can leave a 5-star review for them on Google. Yeah, on their Google business. Write a few words of appreciation for them in their the diaries that they keep over there. So there are numerous ways in which you can practice with and without money for the generosity of spirit with people known and unknown. So what would it take for you to be the generosity with money you truly be and haven't acknowledged. Everything that is times a consonant. Will you please destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, or nine shorts, boys, bobats, and beyonds. And it doesn't have to be even huge amounts of money to change people's realities, right? Even a 100 rupees note given to someone may change their whole world, that they deserve, that they are doing a good job, and the uh, either god or universe is willing to give them. Yeah, it may change their whole universe, their world. So are you willing to even like gift people money also? So, what would it take for you to be the generosity with money you truly be and haven't acknowledged? Everything that is times a God. So, then will you please now destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys, bats, and beyonds. What generative energy, space, and consciousness can you be that would allow you to be the generosity of spirit with money that you truly be and don't ever acknowledge? Everything that is. Will you destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys, bobats, and beyonds. And how many times have you already been that generosity of spirit with money and without money that you haven't ever acknowledged yourself for? So, are you willing to acknowledge yourself and be that generosity of spirit for yourself too now? Yes, that I was that energy and I haven't acknowledged it yet. Now I'm willing to acknowledge and be that, be generous and grateful to yourself. So, what generative energy, space, and consciousness can you be that would allow you to be the generosity of spirit with money that you truly be and don't ever acknowledge? Everything that is. Will you destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys, bovats, and beyonds. Everything.
Christine,
Yeah.
can I share something here? Just a thought that came to my mind when while you were doing this clearing,
Yes.
and you were discussing about this topic about generosity. Um, the acknowledgement part, actually.
Yes. Please.
Uh, I think every one of us has been doing that as kids and as we have grown. Even as children, we would go give a smile or just go and give someone something. When you look back, as kids, we have done that, but slowly and gradually, when we grow up and we come into this world's reality, we stop that somewhere,
Hmm.
right? So this just popped up, when you were talking about this clearing,
Yes. So
that we don't acknowledge, we've not been
we have
taught
it.
to acknowledge.
Yes. So
Yeah.
like I studied in a convent school. Yeah. And there was this like on Christmas we were asked that you bring anything in your bags to put, and you like they would have this box where you just go and put them and they would distribute to people like children with like, and I used to bring so many pencils and soaps and all those. Even some of them used to be my favorite ones ना, कि जो मुझे सोप अच्छा लगता था वो सब मैं लाके और उसमें डालती थी. And like something that, as Rashi said, that that act of generosity and the joy that I used to feel at that point of time, it's somewhere I forgot about it over the years as I grew up. And even like I had never considered it that I was doing some generosity of spirit. So like it was just the joy of giving that I could sense at that point of time as a child. And now I'm willing to acknowledge that it was generosity of spirit. Even I remember at times I would give away all my favorite chocolates and toffees. Mm, I would just go and put them in that box. So, are you all willing to acknowledge all those acts of generosity of spirit which you have been any time in your life where you have not acknowledged yourself for yet? And that would be a generosity of spirit to yourself. It would
Tasneem, I want to
be
acknowledge
gratitude
one thing.
to yourself. Yes, Kamrita.
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge myself for, like, I have given a lot of free sessions to people very generously.
Mhm.
And I've never acknowledged or seen that thing that,
Yes,
that I have given that thing.
yes.
Yeah.
You give sessions. You have given your time to them. Your energies you have gifted to them.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
and how many times like
I
we
just acknowledge it
do
today.
ourselves wrong for that? Many times we even like start judging ourselves. Like I'm just giving free sessions. I'm not giving any paid sessions, or I'm not being that energy where paid clients are not showing up for me. So everything like I have done that. Like think that when I give, like I'm gifting and gifting and no one is like no paid clients are showing up, so there is something wrong about me. I'm not being that energy of receiving, so I would judge myself and be very critical about myself. So I'm willing to even acknowledge that and ask now being more in gratitude of myself, and make it all an interesting point of view that I did that to myself. It's unkind when you do that to yourself.
Tasneem, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Uh, it says now that energy exchange should be there.
You
So
check
you
the
can ask
energy.
for, no?
Yeah, it's there is a difference between being generosity of spirit and becoming a doormat.
Okay.
Hmm? So when like becoming, like when you are being a doormat, मतलब लोग आपको यूज करके, अब्यूज करके आपके ऊपर से आपको रौंदते हुए निकल रहे हैं, और आप अपनी टेक केयर खुद नहीं कर रहे हो. यू डोंट हैव द करेज टू से नो.
Yeah. They are taken for
That is
granted, no?
another thing. And it's a different energy when you are gifting people either sessions or anything else, and you just know that it would blow away this person's world. It would create something greater in their life. They cannot afford to pay you right now. So I would also say that I always like ask for this energy, whether it is light for me to give to this person or not. Hmm? So there are people who can pay that energy exchange, but then they don't want to, and they would not be able to receive the value of your gift, be it like an energy healing session or anything else that you give them, unless they have paid that energy exchange. So you just check the energy.
Mm.
There are people who would come and like again and again come for asking for the session. अभी भी फर्क नहीं हुआ, एक और गिफ्ट कर दो, एक और गिफ्ट कर दो. So those people are, you are being the gift, but they are not receiving, and it's unkind to you then. So there is a very thin line, and always like use that light and heavy tool. Is it true gifting? Would the person be able to receive the gift that I'm being to them if I give this session to them? And again, even if you have gifted and they have not been able to receive, you don't have to judge yourself for that. Yeah? Not be critical. Okay, interesting point of view. So what Lena, you said that I have done that. I have gifted classes to people, mass classes to people. Yeah, that मेरे रिलेट मतलब मेरे खुद के रिलेटिव्स हैं, मेरे बहुत क्लोज फ्रेंड्स हैं, and I would really like to them to like receive this and change this. And now I see that they were never able to receive it, and they were not, they never practiced what they learned during the class.
Can I share something here, Tasneem, regarding this?
Yeah.
This is not access though. I know you must be aware of Reiki.
Yes.
So Dr. Usui, when he started with giving Reiki for free to the beggars on the road, he taught them Reiki. They still went ahead begging because there was no energy exchange.
Mm.
So anything you do for free does not have value for that person. So there has to be some minimal energy exchange in the form of money or food or gratitude or whatever. So probably that was the reason people you gave sessions or classes for free could not receive, because there was no energy exchange.
And I have gifted, like during the suicide awareness month that we do September, and mental health awareness in October, I have gifted sessions to people generously, and many of them have like received phenomenally just by in one session. So I would again say that there is no set rule for that, Rashi, that in order to receive, they have to pay the energy exchange.
Tasneem,
Otherwise, there would be no gifting, be it through energy healing sessions, or because everything is energy, there would be no gifting without expect. Like if we always expect that energy exchange. Yes, yes, Lena.
yes, Tasneem, somebody is coming. I have to leave this session.
No worries, Lena.
Yeah, you
There
are
would be
putting
a
the
recording.
recording on the
You can
group, na?
listen. You can listen to it later.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Thank
I'll
you.
share the YouTube link. Yes.
Okay.
So, like there is over the years, what like I have experienced is, you just have to check the energy. You check the energy. Is truth? Is this person like truly willing to receive the gift, and are they, would they be able to receive if they pay for the session, or even if they would like to, they would be able to receive the session even if they don't pay. So we did these in September, even Amrita was part of that drive that we did in Indore, that we gifted one bar session to people, only one bar session. The remaining sessions they would pay for, and there were many people who came up for repeated sessions, and like at least 5 of them, they took up the bars class, who had come for the bar session. They took a free bar session, they received the gift, and they chose that we want to be the same energy for others in our lives. They wanted to be that generosity of spirit for others. If it can change my world, I would like to be that energy for someone else too. So, uh, Rashi, like it's with the energy. What is the energy that you are being over there? And there were many like who just came and received, and they said that they just felt relaxed, and they never came back. But then, because we were gifting without any expectation, it didn't matter. So how much even like selfish was I being when I was offering that class for free to my relatives? Because I had a hidden agenda behind it, that they would change and it would make my life easier. And like I'm not like I'm willing to acknowledge that as well. And being like interesting point of view, I had that this point of view that they creating that change would benefit them, and also it would be like somewhere contributing to me as well. So there was a hidden agenda over there. It was
Tasneem, I would like
without
to
expectation, I would say. Yes, Amrit.
Tasneem, I would like to share one my own experience. Like yesterday, I read your generosity or spirit share in the group, And from there, that time, it's like it shifted so much in my world that my relationship with my co-sister had changed. Like I was having difficult time with her, and I'm just generally opening my heart and sending love to her. And so it's just like, but yeah, still I have the same hidden agenda that it will make my life easier and my life better. I still have that hidden agenda, but
Dedication.
I'm just practicing generosity of spirit.
Yes. So
So
it's okay. Like it's okay, Amrita. So even I had, yeah, and I might be having it for many other things still. You know, I've not
right.
become a saint. You know?
Yes.
So even I have that. Like I have expectations, and I would that. The thing is that if we are able to acknowledge that and make it all an interesting point of view. Oh, interesting point of view. I have this. You don't have to become like judgmental about yourself. Be that generosity of spirit with yourself as well.
Right. Yes.
Yes. So there is one more clearing left. We did two, now the third one. Everything that keeps you from the gratitude for you, that would change your whole financial life and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and no sex you are using to destroy, compress, or kill the gratitude you could have for you. Will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all night shots, boys, bovats, and beyonds. So everything that keeps you from the gratitude for you, that would change your whole financial life and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and no sex you are using to destroy, compress, or kill the gratitude you could have for you. Will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shots, boys, bovats, and beyonds. So no six is the place where you are not willing to receive. So in this reality, usually we receive through money and sex. That are the two ways of receiving in this reality. We and whenever we are in that space of no sex, we have closed our receiving. Everything that keeps you from the gratitude for you, that would change your whole financial life and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and no sex you are using to destroy, compress, or kill the gratitude you could have for you. Will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shots, boys, bovads, and beyonds. And we talk about more about the conscious elements of sex during the foundation class, about sexualness, about what being like like what does sex mean actually when you are walking tall, we are when you are totally being in gratitude with your body, happy with your body, you are strutting your stuff. So that is what sex is. It's not about like just copulation of two body parts. So everything that keeps you from the gratitude for you, that would change your whole financial life and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and no sex you are using to destroy, compress, or kill the gratitude you could have for you. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, or nine shots, boys, bovats, and peons. Okay. So that is the everything that I had to share about generosity of spirit. What are you willing to receive apart from what I had to share? Any questions? So every question that you ask opens up new possibilities for everyone on the call. So do we have any questions?
Tasneem, I have one question.
Yes.
What if we be the generosity of spirit, and someone does not receive it, reject us? So what? So do we still give it to them, or what should we do in such case?
Give to people only what they can receive. Remember that we
Okay.
put it in the in the foundation class. So it's unkind if you give to people what they
Okay.
cannot receive. Be it awareness, be it the gifts that you do. It's like they would come back to like they would not be able to receive it. So give to people what they are willing,
Right. Right.
not what you think that you should give to them. कई बार हमको लगता है, जैसे
Right.
मुझे लग रहा था कि मेरी मेरे रिलेटिव्स को, मेरे सिस्टर्स को, मेरी को सिस्टर को, मेरे नेफ्यू नीस को अगर मैं ये दे दूंगी, मैं उनको बात सिखा दूंगी, तो उनकी लाइफ में बहुत बड़ा चेंज हो जाएगा. बट दैट वाज माय पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो नाउ what I got was that what if I gifted them what they would receive, what they really want in their life. अगर उनको ड्रेस चाहिए गिफ्ट में और मैं उनको
Okay.
बास की क्लास दे रही हूँ, मेरे हिसाब से ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल बास की क्लास है, पर उनके हिसाब से वो ड्रेस से ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल. तो मैं उनको ड्रेस
Yes.
देती हूँ ना. Let me gift them a dress on their birthday
Yes.
rather than gifting them a bass class. Yeah, so give to people what they can receive.
Tasneem, what about the beggars on the signals we come across every day? Abhi, usme how do you, I mean, you actually at that point of time ask this, whether they would receive or not and then give? कई बार उतना time भी नहीं होता signal पे, you know?
I don't like, frankly speaking, I don't give them money. Sometimes if someone tells na कि वो कर दो, तो I tell them that if you want a job, you can come to a place and you can work. But hardly they turn up. अभी तक कोई नहीं आया. Because they don't want to work. And how much, like even like for children, Rashi, I like to give them something to eat. Because many of them are like, as you must be aware that how many of them, they, when whatever collection they have, or they give it off, they have to give it off to their, to whoever is running that thing, no? So I like to give them something to eat rather than giving them a cash.
हमारे दिल्ली के beggars तो it is different है, वो लोग खाने को नहीं लेते, they ask for money, and nowadays they've started asking like, you know, 50 रुपए दे दो, that kind of stuff.
You offer them. So you just ask the question that would it change their world if you give them 50 rupees? So I don't think like Carrie and Dane give to beggars either. Because most of the time people who are begging are not willing to take charge of their life. Say that they don't want to be contributing to the society. So they usually get, like they give to people, where they give even money to people who are already making an attempt. They are doing a job. It could be a job which is being a less paying job at present. They are not, where they are not earning good amount of money, but then they would like to change their world by giving them a more money than what they are expected to receive from that job. Any more questions? Amrita, are you speaking on the call? If yes, you
No,
are.
no, I'm not speaking on the call.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we like talk about many of this, like about money, gratitude, generosity of spirit, and we like go into depth of all of this in the foundation class. And also like there are some very good books of access consciousness publication, like I love this book called Right Riches for You. So I would highly recommend that if you haven't read this book, please do buy a copy either on Kindle or paperback or hard, like anything that you love to have, and read this book. It has some like like it talks about generosity of spirit and many other things, which creates like abundance in your life, more joyful life, how you can have. So a truly wealthy life, not just in terms of money, but in terms of abundance, where there is no lack, where you have all the possibilities available for whatever you would like to have in your life. Yeah, and I'm coming up with an access bars class in Indore starting tomorrow, and followed by 4-day foundation class. It's both online and live in Indore from 12th to 15th of August. So if any one of you have not taken the foundation class since long, or you're looking to repeat the class, or like you're doing taking it for the first time, it's like access classes and energies shift so dynamically every few months. So are you willing to be in the new energies, like whatever the latest that has shown up in the foundation class? And if you want to join in, like, you are most welcome. You are invited to the party of possibilities with the new foundation that you can create for your own life. Hi, Shamshad. You joined late, so I couldn't acknowledge. Yeah. How are you doing? Great.
I'm busy with certain things at home. I'm so sorry. I heard my name being called out. I've been listening to you, and this was an amazing call. And you have. I'm looking forward to repeating my foundation at some time, not right away. Let's keep that.
Exactly. Yeah. So every time you take these classes, it's a new class that you take. It's like actually it's not a repeat in per se, like even if you are doing it, like it's a new class, because uh it's a different class. Every class is different. So every time you take the class, it's with a new set of people, a new group. It could be the same fat facilitator or a different facilitator. The manuals have changed, everything has changed. So you go to another level every time you take these classes. I take foundation class, like more than one foundation class every year. And every time it gives something new to me. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining in. I'll share the call recording on YouTube and share the link with you all. And I hope to see you soon in person or on Zoom. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Tasneem, I just want to acknowledge
Yes, Amrita.
yesterday's post of generosity of spirit was
Amrita, you seem to be like
it's like
losing
something.
your voice. Mm,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Can you hear me now, Tasneem?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah.
So, Tasneem, I just want to acknowledge that your yesterday's post of generosity of spirit shifted so much in my world. Like the long since very long, I was undergoing something, and it just shifted within me. Like that thing really shifted. Like that thing really changed my world. It brought a huge change in my world. So I just want to acknowledge that, and I'm so grateful to you for that.
And I'm so grateful to you for receiving
Yeah.
that. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Asmin.
To each one of you for being the contribution that you be, the gift that you be in this world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much, Asmin.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you and bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Have a
Bye.
lovely evening. Bye. Good night.
Bye.